away from Holmes, finds his way to the outside. McLaughlin turns him around. He sets and throws, and this.
Well, the Huskers have a chance now to go to 2-2 and get even in the season before they head and face Michigan, where I'm pretty sure is probably going to be a loss. But I expect the defense to do pretty well at the beginning, probably for half the game, I would say, depending on how the offense does. And I don't have high hopes for the offense, but you never know. But if the offense can find a way of moving the ball, and I've seen people run the ball on Michigan before, but now with the injuries we have Gabe Irvin out, we have Rahmir Johnson out. So now what do you have? You have Anthony Grant, which, trust me, with Anthony Grant's just as good. People keep forgetting he was the starter. He's a workhorse. Hopefully he's worked on, keeping a hold of the ball. And then some of them young guys have to step up. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it is. So if Nebraska could do their part on there, and maybe with the quarterback run and that, I got a feeling you're probably going to see Sims in that Michigan game. I got a feeling you're going to see Sims in this Louisiana Tech game. So let's talk about this Louisiana Tech team. This team is 2-2 and just coming off a loss to North Texas, which was probably a loss they shouldn't have. This team's it's not a terrible team, but it's not a Power 5 team, and they're definitely probably not as good as Northern Illinois was. So unless Nebraska starts, turning the ball over and shooting themselves in the foot, this should be an easy win for them. Louisiana Tech did lose. They did lose an NFL player in Miles Brooks to the Dallas Cowboys. He's a corner that didn't get drafted, and he's a lot better than people think. And they ended up making the Cowboys team. And if any of y'all have watched the NFL a little bit, Cowboys have a defense, and they might even need him starting now, because I just heard Diggs is out for the rest of the year with the ACL. So that's going to hurt the Cowboys. But I'm getting off track there. So there is some talent on this Louisiana Tech team. And so I don't want everybody to think they're lacking in that. And they do have another experienced quarterback they're going against. But they do have some things they have to clean up from last year, and they weren't really that great last year either. So I expect Nebraska, I expect them to probably keep it close at the beginning, and Nebraska's going to have to grind it out. I'm really hoping Nebraska kind of opens it up, or tries to open up a little bit, to give Michigan something to look at, or maybe even practice on things. But they're going to also have to get some of them young guys into this game right here to get them some playing time and just to get them wet behind the ears before they could really go face a team that could smack them in the mouth next week. So, but I do expect Nebraska to come out here and kind of pound it to them, probably kind of what they did last week. Quarterback RPOs, pound the ball between the tackles, and as that fourth quarter comes around and they wear out that other side, you'll probably see them moving the ball a little better, kind of like you saw in the Northern Illinois game. And even though they did have a turnover in the red zone last week, they did a lot better job in the turnover ratio. And I know a lot of you are going to say that's because Sims wasn't there. A lot of it has to do with the opponent as well. Give the other team a little credit as well. I'm really wanting to see Sims. I just don't want it to be Harburg, just because everybody's writing all about, it needs to be Harburg now. Well, Harburg didn't have to face Minnesota or Colorado, which have shown they're a lot better defensively for sure in Minnesota than definitely Northern Illinois. I believe if Sims would have played against Northern Illinois, you'd probably kind of seen the same results. If Sims would just go about doing what he's been doing since he was 6 years old, just play to his ability. He's a big physical athletic guy, and just go out there and play what he's known. He's going to be fine. Don't worry about, oh, I got to win, I got to score, I putting all that pressure of being the one to turn around this program, because he's not. It's a team sport, team game. Just go out there and do what you're supposed to do. Do what you know you can do. Don't think about anything else. Just go out there and have fun. I think the scoring and the winning will then just come naturally, and that will help also prevent some of them mistakes he makes. I think he just tries sometimes to do a little too much. But I expect this game to probably go just kind of like what we've seen. And I expect Nebraska to come out of this, even with the injuries they have, probably on top, probably 45-3, maybe 45-6. I don't expect anything. It wouldn't surprise me if the Huskers had a shutout, but I do expect Rule to probably get in a lot of the reserves at the end of the game, a lot of the backups, and I could see, again, a late drive scoring at the end. But I wouldn't be surprised they don't at least get a field goal or two, or maybe even a late into the game touchdown, where it ends up being 45-6. So my final prediction is going to be 45-6, Nebraska over Louisiana Tech, and then we're going to again be at home, but headed to that Michigan game the next week, which is now a 2:30 game on Fox, in case y'all haven't heard. So Michigan is 2:30 on Fox, and this week Louisiana Texas at 2:30 as well, but it is on BTN on the Big Ten Network. But we'll have a Michigan breakdown and prediction next week, and let's see how Nebraska first does this week, see if they've solved some of the issues. I expect this team to start getting better week in and week out, and start showing an improvement. And this is not rocket science. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a process, and let's just give Rule a little time to get in some of his recruits, his players, build on his team chemistry that he wants to do. So if you haven't already, click that join button and join the Big Red Country Club and become a Throw the Bones member to win Nebraska memorabilia, as well as Nebraska home game tickets to the Nebraska football games. I just gave away the October games. Stephen Smith won the Northwestern game, and Husker Power, who won one of the games in September, won the Purdue game. And right now, that's what's happening. I only have 4 or Throw the Bones members that are qualified for the drawings. So Husker Power won again for this month. And so if you can, just reach out to me, give me your address. I already have Husker Powers, but I'm going to put this on the community page and just have these guys reach out to me if they really want these games. And if not, I might draw from the supporting membership as well. Right now, I have a couple guys that are part of just the support channel, and I'd like to show my appreciation to them if these guys can't go. So if you want to be part of that, please click that join button, become a member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click that thumbs up, as that gets the videos out to other people and help me grow this channel. Right now I've been taking a slide on subscribers. Not too sure why. Maybe, because I'm ugly and no one really wants to look at me. Maybe they don't care what I have to say. But let's try, if you don't mind, if you could help me out, click that thumbs up button and get them likes. Maybe comment on the comments below. Tell me who you think's going to win this game. Maybe tell me how you think the running back group's going to do with Rahmir Johnson and Gabe Irvin being out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week, my post-game reaction to the Louisiana Tech game. So until then, go Big Red.